Right, we should be live. If anyone wants to drop us a comment and let us know that you can see us, that would be great. And also if you can hear us. I don't know if we're sat too far away. Chloe's sofa is very steep. Right, we'll just give it a couple of minutes for people to find the stream. Are you comfortable?
I'm quite.
Are you happy there?
I've got my slippers on, ready to drink some tasty drink.
This is like one of the first times I've been in the same room as another person that's not Sean in a really long time. I'm feeling quite giddy.
I think you're the first person that has been in our flat that isn't me or Greg.
Yeah.
So it's a bit bizarre, but it's nice. It's bizarre in a nice way.
Yeah, I've just made myself at home, really. Right, well, I think we'll get started. I'm just going to check and see if anyone from Club Soda is messaging me to tell me that this isn't working. But I think we're good. Oh yeah, you can see we've got some viewers there.
Oh,
hello, friends. Right, well, we'll get stuck in. For those of you who are new to this, my name is Anya and I work with Club Soda. And I am part of our content team. And part of that over the years has involved tasting lots of delicious things and telling you all about it. So usually, hello, someone's here. Sarah,
hello.
Now we know it's working. Sarah, can you hear us okay? I'm going to go with yes. But yeah, so previously I used to do these tastings with Jessie, who was part of our team, but they've now moved on to a new job. And I thought, as we're allowed to be in the same room now, I thought I'd invite my friend Chloe to join us. So I've known you for some time.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
In the loveliest way possible.
Thanks. Time is rolling on. So do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Chloe. Hello, everyone. I work in the beer industry, and
we work here.
Yes,
North Brewing Co. We both work there.
And I have been sort of moderating my drinking for the last maybe 3 years, because of chronic eczema. I found that alcohol really set my skin off really badly, so I had to sort of learn how to avoid it, moderate, and be comfortable with that. So yeah,
which is quite difficult, isn't it, working in the booze industry?
Yeah, I mean, we were discussing not just a few minutes ago, like how much easier it is now because of the amazing things which you're about to see that are on offer within the industry now. But it was definitely harder to start off with when you work in beer and it's around you all the time. It's tricky.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited about this tasting because I'm so excited. I think because we've both worked behind bars as well for a long time, and I find often I spend so much time making drinks for other people that when I'm at home and I'm relaxing, you know how some people are like, they'll have like cocktail shakers in their house and they get really excited about it. I'm like, I can't think of anything worse than having to make my own drinks at home. Like, I just want to crack a can of something and have a beverage.
Like Greg's my partner. He really likes the idea of having cocktails at home and things like that. We've never actually done it though. Like, we get all the stuff to do it. We never actually do it because I'm like, I do this for a job, or I did this for a job. I don't really want to do it at home.
No. So bring in this incredible range of ready to drink products. So shall we get stuck in? We're going to start at the lighter end of things and try and work our way up to the sort of the more intense flavors. So we're going to start with this one here. Gosh, this is very unboxing of me, isn't it?
Can you see it, guys? Just see it.
Oh, it's a bad idea for us to do this together. So this is the Stryyk Not Gin and Tonic. So Stryyk have been doing, you'll probably have seen their bottles of, can we call them spirits? They're alcohol-free spirits, botanicals, whatever you want to call them. So they've been doing the Not Gin.
I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry.
They've been doing the Not Gin, the Not Vodka, and the Not Rum in bottles, which you would use to mix your own drinks. And they've now launched this range of cans with mixers. So let's get stuck in.
It's also a very pretty can. I know we're not here to judge the...
I mean, no, let's chat branding because it's important.
I really like the branding.
Also, I feel like it's
Straight to
just
the point.
so yes, it's so easy to just know what is in the can, which I always enjoy.
I also like the asterisk on the gin, like it's a swear word. Like that's funny. I find that a little bit of humour.
No, I
quite
like
nice.
it. It's tongue in cheek. Grab your glass.
Oh, thank you. Gimme.
Honestly, by the end of these, I'm always like just so full of liquid. Okay, so
the bubbles went straight up my nose.
I did that. So I tasted this one earlier. Did exactly the same thing. Top tip: don't stick your nose right in this one because it's pretty gassy.
I mean, it smells good.
It smells really good. I think I just said exactly the same.
This is going to be a nightmare.
Sorry, folks. So I think I don't want to sniff too deeply, but you've got kind of plenty of like it's very herbaceous.
It almost smells a little bit sweet as well, but in a nice way, not in a sickly way.
I really enjoy like is it quite cucumbery? A little bit minty? Like should we speaking of
just out of shot.
We've got ourselves a little garnish bowl for chucking bits in. So I would absolutely have this with a bit of cucumber. Actually, no, I don't think I would put mint in this, but I would definitely put cucumber.
I don't think it's just because I put cucumber in it, but I feel like the cucumber is now like exploding in my mouth.
Yeah.
I can like taste the cucumber from smelling the cucumber, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole point with garnish. So when you're garnishing your drinks at home, think about things that like aroma-wise are going to really complement the flavour of what you have in your glass. So this is a bad example because I didn't buy any oranges today, but if you were having like an Aperol Spritz style drink, like a big slice of orange would be like the perfect thing to put in there because it marries really well with the drink in the glass. But yeah, I feel like cucumber for this one is a good shout.
It's subtle enough that you still get the flavour of the drink itself, but it adds to it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
I find this is just really crisp and clean. Like, that's a really great summer drink. We could sit on your balcony and drink this for all day.
It's really, really nice.
So Alison in the comments is saying that they find that the clear alcohol-free, so I'm assuming you mean like clear spirits, tend to taste of cucumber, which I think is a really appealing thing. It's always such a refreshing flavour.
I think if I'd choose to drink an actual gin and tonic, it's because of the freshness of it. That's what I like about a G&T, so this is really nice.
Definitely. There are some brands that do a slightly more spiced or kind of floral twist on
herbally. More
I tend to go for something very clean. I mean, I haven't had like an alcoholic gin in, it must be, I can't even remember. It's been a very long time.
I had one. It was the first drink I'd had in probably 6 or 7 months, maybe a month ago. And I didn't enjoy it that much, I have to say.
No, I think when you have something this good as an alternative, I don't really feel.
No, exactly.
I don't feel like I'm missing out with this. I'm just going to eat my cucumber as well. Get my 5 a day in.
I'd quite happily have a goblet of that.
Yes, a gin goblet is such a trend. I don't know. Yeah, I think people need to move on beyond that. Okay, I'm going to say let's move on. We have quite a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Sarah's just asking which one this is. So it's the Stryyk, not gin, that we're drinking here. I'm just going to finish eating my cucumber because I'm also going to reuse my glass.
I mean, that's a nice treat afterwards as well, let's be honest.
Well, it is, yeah.
What?
And I'm going to keep saying this throughout this tasting for anyone who manages a bar or a restaurant, buy these products. I feel like the industry is quite resistant sometimes to stocking good alcohol-free options, and these make it so easy for you to put something absolutely incredible in front of customers who aren't drinking.
It also makes us want to stay.
Yes.
Like if I go to a pub and there's just like, can we say other brands' names and things?
Yeah.
And there's just like Beck's Blue, for example. Yeah, I might have 2, but then after that, I'm bored.
Yeah, you want the variety, right?
Like when Yeah, you want variety. You want to be like, oh, I'll try this or I'll try that, the same as you would if you were drinking booze. You want to be able to flip between things. And it's nice. It would make me stay at a bar if there was more than 2 alcohol.
I think especially like, so we both work in, it's me flexing my t-shirt, we both work in craft beer, where often, you know, if you're going to a beer bar, you might have like thirds of a pint, but I wouldn't, if I were drinking, I wouldn't drink the same beer each time. I would be changing and I'd have small measures because I want to taste the differences. And I still want that experience when I'm not drinking. Like, I still want to be able to look at the menu and be excited and like plan what I'm going to have and like what order I'm going to have them in.
Exactly.
So these make it very, very easy to serve your customers something really good without, it's like a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah, it's no faff for you.
No faff for you.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, totally.
You don't have to be like, oh, I've got to make an alcohol-free gin and tonic. You just give them it.
Yeah, it's just done. It's done
just
for you. Okay, so next.
Oh, this smells.
I probably shouldn't
like
say
roses.
this, but yes.
Is it?
It's a rose.
There we go.
I don't know if I should say this, but sea arch are one of my favourites for botanicals. So sea arch.
Make sure you sorry, I'm sorry.
So this is the sea arch in the pink can. So it's their spirit mixed with a rose and raspberry tonic water. Ooh. So sea arch, I don't know if you've seen so they have been doing for a few years their bottles, which are these really beautiful like blue ceramic bottles. And it's produced by a couple who are based on the coast, and they use lots of really amazing like shoreline botanicals. So things like kelp. And so their products have this really kind of lovely, I think just they've captured a really nice sort of the salinity of the coast. That sounds so lame, but I think they've done it really well with the botanicals that they choose. And then, so they released their cans last year. So you can get the blue one, which is kind of their classic spirit, just mixed with a nice light tonic. And then this one is mixed with the light rose and raspberry. So let's get stuck in. It smells great. I would definitely put like fresh raspberries in this if you were like having an occasion.
Have some strawberries.
Some strawberries.
I'd
take a strawberry, yeah.
It tastes really nice, like that floraliness of it.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear Chloe, but she's just saying how much she's enjoying the sort of the delicate floral nature of this one. Yeah, I'm very much into this. Also, guys, if you don't want to drink everything with us, I appreciate you've got a lot of really special drinks in front of you and you might not want to have, thank you, all of them at once. This will be up on our YouTube, so you can always, drink some of them with us and revisit it later as well if you want to. Cheeky little straw.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, so I find this one really delicate. But it's not sweet at all. I think it's really nicely balanced.
Palmer Violets vibes.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's that kind of delicate kind of perfume thing going on. But yeah, I would absolutely drink this with like a lot of raspberries. That would make me very happy.
I think that the tonic is like subtle enough as well that it's not overpowering the spirit.
Yeah, it's not just like a flavoured.
No,
it's not just like having flavoured.
It doesn't taste like a soft drink.
Yeah, exactly. Can anyone hear that clock ticking?
Sorry.
I don't know if that's the thing.
Just take the batteries out.
No, I think it's okay. Sorry, Sarah. We keep missing each other on this bit. So we're on the sea arch. With the nice pink can. Also, I just really enjoy
we love a good label.
We love a good label, and what's not to love about a bit of gold?
A bit of gold leaf.
I'm into it.
Fancy, high end.
I think branding is really important, though. Definitely. As much as I like to think I'm not influenced by marketing tactics, I'm a sucker for good branding.
No, but I think it's important to also like, when you're going for alcohol-free options, to not feel like it's a fobbed off, well, it's alcohol-free, so I'm not going to put effort into it.
Yeah. It feels like people really care.
It feels special, and that's nice.
Yeah, definitely. I also really like with Sea Arch that I think that I think quite a lot of low or no gin style drinks sometimes struggle to get the juniper through, but I feel like Sea Arch do it really well. But yeah, and also it's just really nice to have a pink beverage that doesn't taste of sugar, like doesn't just taste of pink.
Yeah. It's weird, like when people would come to the bar and be like, "Can I have a pink gin?" I'm like, you know, pink isn't a flavour, right? But it is. But it is. They mean rhubarb gin.
Yeah, or like yeah, but it's just like I just want it to be.
I don't know what that is. Please tell me more.
I've never actually thought about that, but yeah, it's more like
all the time.
Yeah, it's like it's a flavour profile pink.
Can I have a pink gin? You can have a rhubarb gin. You can have a raspberry gin. No pink flavour here.
Oh, this is going to just descend into us complaining about bartending.
Sorry, everyone.
Not at all. You're all good. Okay.
What's next?
Trying to think. I'd put them in an order. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is an interesting one. So again, guys, don't worry if we're going too quick for you.
You can rewind those later.
Yeah, rewind. It's like
Is that
a VHS.
Oh, I'm not that old. I am.
I am.
I know you are.
Just going to enjoy my strawberry. Right.
Mine was delicious, actually. Very tasty.
Are you ready?
Do you want ice? Do you want me to get
Yeah,
ice?
go on then.
Do you want fresh ice?
In fact, no, I'm just going to keep what I've got.
That's fine.
Always disconcerting to whip through stuff in a tasting and then feel absolutely fine afterwards. Like, I'm always like, oh, I need to pace
I don't think
myself.
I'll get used to that. Thank you.
Sorry, it's quite a big sip.
That smells.
So this is crazy. I'm really excited about this. So hopefully you can see.
Ooh.
Oh, camera.
I'm not going to not laugh when you do that.
So this is the Nunk kombucha. And what's very exciting about this is that they've used hops in it. So I cannot figure out which are the camera is right. Yeah, so we both work in beer. They don't tell you which hops they've used.
Does it not say on it?
No. It says 3 different hops. So I'm quite curious to know which ones.
Turn around on the front. Sorry, the front of the can. I'm sure I saw. Oh, I thought it said Citra, but no, ignore
No,
it. It's
citrusy. But then maybe Citra, if it's citrusy, maybe. So yeah, so do we have any kombucha fans watching? I'm absolutely mad for kombucha.
I love it as well.
Just because it's like, it tastes like something grown up. And
I'm all about that. Like, I don't, it's that grown up taste that is for me. Like, I had some sparkling apple juice.
I saw
a very reputable brand called Marks and Spencer's last week. And it tasted like you shouldn't give it to a kid.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, just treat me like an adult.
Exactly.
That's nice.
And I put it in a wine glass. It was great.
Yeah,
Like,
that did look really good.
Thanks.
But this, yeah, so kombucha.
Sorry.
No, you're good. She's so funny. Alex also loves kombucha.
Yes,
Cheers
Alex.
to you, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
So kombucha is made, it's a fermented drink, and it uses tea and something called a SCOBY, which is a culture of bacteria, which is what sort of sparks that fermentation. And I think generally with anything where there's been a fermentation, you tend to get that more complex flavour profile.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which obviously is difficult because generally fermentation results in alcohol. But yeah, so it's a fermented drink, so I feel like you're already going to get that complexity. What I find interesting about this, I'm going to have a sip. Michelle's going to have a sip.
You can actually take a gulp of that and it's nice.
But I think there's such a kind of broad spectrum.
In a good way. It's weird in a good way.
It is weird in a good way. There's such a broad spectrum of flavours that you can expect. That's useful. That you can expect from a kombucha, because some people just use the tea and they don't add any fruit. Some people will add fruit adjuncts. Some people, in this case, will add hops. So Andrew, thank you very much, Andrew, is the co-founder of Nunk. Hello. it's Citra, so
Yeah.
citrusy, Citra, Simcoe, and Amarillo. That makes a lot of sense. And
Yeah.
also, what an absolute trifecta of wonder. Good choices. So I think what you get here, which is really nice, is that you do get that acidity, but then the hop kind of almost kind of slightly interrupts it.
It's like an aftertaste of beer.
Yes, it's that really interesting sort of area in between the two.
You smell it, you're like, oh, it's a kombucha. And then you taste it, you're like, oh, it's hoppy kombucha. And you're like, oh, it's a beer.
I love it.
My mouth's all like, what is going on? And I really like it.
Yeah, I'm really into that.
I'm not just saying that because you're here, Andrew. I genuinely like it.
No, I'm really into this. I feel like you get that kind of funky, savoury thing as well. That sort of
Almost like
the bready thing.
yeah, like a Belgian beer kind of
Yeast.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm really into this. I enjoy that. Yeah, I feel like you could pair this really nicely with food.
Also, but like you could easily have a cold can and sit over the park and enjoy it.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
its own. Like it's refreshing. I really like it.
Sponsor her.
Get me up, Andrew. Don't not like that. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, I love this.
I'm not even drunk.
I know.
I'm placebo drunk.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. It's got that nice dry finish.
I like the aftertaste.
And it lasts, right?
Mm.
That's like a long finish. I think, Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have 3 different flavours. Is that correct? Oh, Andrew says thank you. You're very welcome, Andrew. Thank you. Oh, right. I feel like we need to soldier on. How many? We've had 3 drinks.
In 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
I think what's maths?
What is maths?
What is maths?
Oh dear. Okay, right. We're going to move on. Oh, okay. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. We're going to move on to the Caleño.
Oh.
So. Oh, Andrew's just replied. Yes, so they do have 3 variants. So the rose blush, which is inspired by pink champagne,
Ooh.
and the juniper, inspired by the gin and tonic.
Oh, I have to get my hands on those.
They are good. I've tried all of them, and it was very difficult for us to choose just one of them for this tasting. This is the problem with these tastings. It's really hard to actually narrow it down and be like, we're just going to have these things because there's so much to get through. Are you ready?
Do you want fresh ice?
I'll get I will actually, yeah.
Sorry if this is loud, everyone.
Into the freezer. Such a professional setup that we have.
Apologies all.
Ice dish. I like it. I like your
It's
style.
not going to stay cold, is it?
I'm going to pour myself some out and just add the ice to
We'll
it.
just have more ice. It's going to be very cold. Take your pick.
Thank you.
We are professionals.
Can you tell that we work in the industry? Yeah, so if anyone didn't see that, we are moving on to the Caleño. So
it's a zesty boy.
It's a zesty boy.
Does what it says on the tin.
Oh wow, yeah, it really does. That's very tropical.
Mm.
Definitely a lot of pineapple. I want to say something, but I don't want to upset anyone at Caleño because this is a really big compliment in my mind. This smells like the green Haribo teddies.
I was just thinking Haribos.
It's the green teddies.
I was just thinking Haribos.
And they're my favourites.
But in the best way.
Yes. I often find I think it's maybe because I've just eaten so many sweets in my lifetime that often when I'm tasting things, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like this particular candy. And I'm like, it's a compliment.
That's really nice. That is it's fruity.
Yeah, that is fruity. I'd say this is probably sort of on the sweeter end of what we had so far, but still, I'm still very happy that that's still grown up tasting, a nice kind of balanced bitterness.
It's not just in your face sweet. It's got a nice bitter, I wouldn't say juniper aftertaste, but it's got that kind of almost like bitter grapefruity kind of aftertaste.
Yeah,
like,
it's that citrus peel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. So I'm getting like a lot of pineapple, which I'm very, very happy about. So Caleño as well. This is quite a new product for them. So they did their clear spirit, and then they moved on to, gosh, I think they called it I want to say they've called it dark and stormy, but maybe I've made that up. I think that that's correct. So they've done the dark spirit as well. Sorry. And now they've done the ready to drink cans as well. Is anyone onto this one yet? Let us know in the comments what you think.
I like that a lot.
I really like that. And it's got like a slightly kind of herbaceous note as well. There's a lot going on with it. And I think it's quite a nice surprise because generally most of the clear spirits tend to head more towards that sort of grassier, more bitter end of the scale, whereas with this you've got that lovely tropical fruit.
It's still got that bitterness, like you said, that makes it like an adult drink, but it's got enough sweetness to make you want to keep sipping it. Like, it's like, oh, that's tasty. Oh, that's tasty. And that nice bit.
I'm pretty hooked on that.
And also back to branding. I love the can.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It's like an artwork.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely, isn't it?
Like, that's just adorable.
Yeah, that is really nice.
I don't know if it's important to people or not, but I don't know if it's important to me, but I think it's nice to know. Sorry, I keep talking about branding. My boyfriend's a designer, so it's important to me to a level that people don't necessarily know that I'm drinking alcohol-free stuff.
Yeah, I think we hear about
not
that
be
a lot
singled
from
out.
people. Yeah,
like, oh, that's alcohol-free.
Yeah,
you know it because you see it. So I think keeping that level of
it's like under the radar.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult though, isn't it? Because I think on one hand, like when I'm not drinking, I definitely feel like quite proud that I'm being conscious in my choices. But then I also so much of the time cannot be bothered to field questions from people. Absolutely. And I get that a lot anyway because people know that I work in booze and that I work with Club Soda. But yeah, so people tend to talk to me about this stuff quite a lot. But I just, my friend recently, well, I say recently, a while ago now, but she was, they were trying to fall pregnant and they were having a little bit of difficulty with that, and neither of them were drinking. And then people immediately started asking her when they see like alcohol free on her beer bottle, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? And it's like, stop asking people those questions. Like,
okay.
There really needs to be a lot of education, I think, about how people have these conversations with each other, because people just don't think.
I think it's to that deeper level as well, but also just on like a social level. You don't want to feel like, sorry, you don't want to feel like the odd one out.
Yeah, you just want to feel part of the occasion and have something.
Because like if I was out having an alcohol-free drink and I forgot I was drinking an alcohol-free drink, I would enjoy myself more.
You would relax
rather
more.
than someone else going, "Oh, what alcohol-free are you having next door?" Do you know what? It sounds stupid, but I think being able to fit in socially is really important.
Yeah, we had a Christmas party. Must have been 2019. When
our Christmas party.
Yeah, when we didn't drink.
Oh, it was the last Christmas party that we had.
2019, but we probably had it in.
No, it was 2020.
But for the
it was just before COVID. It was the last.
Yeah. We had a Christmas party, and I took a couple of bottles of alcohol-free prosecco.
Yeah.
And just spoke to the bar and were like, "Can I just put these behind the bar? Like, I'm happy to pay a corkage or whatever." Yeah. In fact, I'd actually messaged them beforehand. Yeah. I'd recommend doing that. But yeah, and that was really nice because there were actually a few of us that weren't drinking. And
there was like 5 or 6 of us, wasn't
there? Yeah, and I would just nip round and top everyone up. And it looks like we're just having, a right old time with some champagne, like a bunch of ballers. But we were just on something cheeky and alcohol-free. But it was like we had the right glassware and no one noticed. And it was
sounds silly, but it's important.
I think so, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
You're drinking Prosecco out of a plastic cup. It's not fun, is it?
No.
What's Alex?
Quite gin and tonic-y, but I do like the grown-up feel to it. Sick of lime and soda. Yes, I hear that. I'd kiss the barman in any pub that serves this.
I love that.
Alex should be the most popular customer. With Caleño as well. So I should have definitely checked this before we did this live, but they use an Inca berry, and I'm not sure if it's the same berry, as
What does that mean?
I always get this the wrong way around and say something very much that I shouldn't say. Physalis. You know the little. There we are.
Sorry.
The little yellow berry with the leaves.
Yeah.
And it has it's got like a really nice bitterness to it.
Mm.
I think that, I'm not sure if they're the same berry or not, but I feel like they're definitely the same family. And I feel like, yeah, you can taste that. My dad used to buy those when I was a kid, and I used to pretend that I liked them because I wanted him to think I was cool, and I really didn't like them. And now I'm an adult.
I've realised what it sort of tastes like a little bit as well.
Mm.
Kind of tastes a little bit like Calippo.
But orangey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, like a
juicy mandarin thing.
Yeah.
I'm into that. Yeah.
All over it.
Okay, we're going to move on. Sarah, yes, you do have to have a nice glass. I absolutely agree with you there. It's really important, isn't it? And I think that's something that, venues should really take pride in, is still giving you like the right experience, like it not being a bit of an afterthought. Like,
absolutely.
Think about the glassware. Okay, we're going to move on. I'm getting really full. Right, I'm excited about this one because this just makes me think of, when you get on a train and they'll be like, well, in the old days before the pandemic, before the panny did.
I know exactly what you're going to say before you even said it.
Hen-dos.
There's like a hen-do or a group of women going out to London, they've got a bottle of Prosecco and one of them whips glasses out on the train.
Yeah, but I'm like, this is that, but it's so good. It's like, I'm in love with this product. Right, get your glass.
Oh. Speaking of right glassware.
In Chloe's fancy
Welcome
kitchen.
to my bar. Hello.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
look how good that looks. Did they have anything alcohol free at the wedding the other day?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I had, that's what it looks like. Delish. I had my first proper few actual drinks I've had in a very long time at the wedding the other day, but I was drinking rosé watered down with soda.
Nice.
So it wasn't like, I didn't want to get drunk.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be able to have a nice drink.
Yeah.
So
nice.
But no, there was pretty much no alcohol-free options, which other than soda or
I think
lemon soda or Coke.
Yeah, I think that's a really tricky thing with wedding venues as well. I feel like you have to really make a massive effort to convince them to get stuff in. Can we just cheers because it's very appropriate? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't tell you which one we're on to.
I'm too excited.
Too much fun. We're on to the Chateau del Ish. So Ish again. We're already doing some fantastic spirits, and now we've got their sparkling wine. Now, just smell that. That smells
like Prosecco.
Like if I was at
sparkling wine.
Yeah, if I was at an occasion and someone gave me this, I would have to like check the bottle.
Double check, yeah. And
be like, can you just confirm to me? Sorry, Alison. Have you seen it now? Alison's like, you didn't tell us what it was.
We're getting too giddy, Alison. I'm so sorry.
Too much of each other's company. But yeah, that smells legit. It's got that like yeasty, appley
bubbles. You'd have to tell me that wasn't booze.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, genuinely.
Especially because the finish on it is like quite dry and really lasts quite a long time. Like that's really sticking to my mouth.
In a nice way. I have to keep saying that. Because it sounds like you're saying a bad thing when you say
it's
mouth,
like
it's nice. It's nice.
It's got that really kind of nice, it's got like a honey-ish thing, but not in a, again, I hate always being like, it's not too sweet, but it's not too sweet.
So the initial is sweet, but then when you, as you swallow it, it's like that dry white wine kind of.
Yeah, and it's really like
at the back of your tongue.
Yeah, and it's got that kind of like orchardy,
nice,
and like a little bit sort of soft fruity, like peachy,
plummy kind of.
Yeah,
stone fruit. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Alex is a fan of this.
Just check that can and make sure it's not got any booze in it. I don't believe it.
It's no. There's nothing. It's really good, isn't it?
It's really, really nice.
Like I can absolutely, yeah. That is picnic perfect. and
Can
nobody
you
would
imagine
know.
just like whipping out your cool bag?
Yeah.
You want a chateau dish? Whipping out your plastic
Oh,
Prosecco
really?
glasses.
Oh my goodness. I feel like your mum is in the room. You are your mum.
I do love my mum. So I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Oh wow. We have another sparkling. I probably should have done that one first. But if I do it at the end, it's going to be after some heavier stuff.
Yeah.
So we should do that next.
Yeah.
Should we bottoms up the? In fact, I'm going to decant mine because I'm going to come back to it.
Oh no, I'm just going to
Decant. Who am I? Right. There we go. Okay. So this is very exciting. I'm getting so full. I'm going to remember to show you the can. So can we all see? This is the Lyre's Classico. So this is so new that I think we almost didn't have it in time for the tasting. So you're probably some of the first people in the UK to try it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Give me.
I'm excited to have them side by side.
Yeah, we should definitely have done them the other way around because I feel like this one is more delicate. But I didn't think enough before I poured out the other one.
That's definitely got a sweeter nose on it. A lot more appley, but it still smells
That's
delicious.
like a sort of candied fruit aroma. But I also hair drops.
Literally was just about to come off the tip of my tongue.
Hair drops.
People love us beer tasters love a little pear drops.
Oh yeah, just drop that in there. Pear
It's
drop.
like a name drop, isn't it?
The pear drop.
Whoa.
Oh, do you know what? No, that's okay after the other one. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to
No,
get
because they taste completely different, but
yeah.
in a really good way.
Yeah. So I think again, this one is definitely a little sweeter.
It's definitely a little bit more carbonated as well.
Yeah, but I don't dislike it for that at all.
No.
They're just very different. And again, it's nice, the variety. So you will probably recognise Lyre's for their alcohol-free spirits. They have an astonishing range. Gosh, they do everything from like...
They're probably one of the first brands that I saw really like popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
As far as alcohol-free is concerned.
Yeah. My friend lives in New Zealand and she sent me a picture like, have you seen this yet?
I keep getting
like,
Facebook ads for them, so whoever's on the marketing team's doing really well.
Oh, they are doing really well. But yeah, they do so many different spirits. They even do an absinthe.
No way.
They do, so that you can make some really complex cocktails.
See, that is the one thing that it's getting better, but that I do miss is that the ability to make
complex
something that's not just like a gin and tonic or a rum and coke or something a bit fun.
Yeah, like actually build a drink. Although, like, I can't be bothered, and I would rather have Ellis do that for me. Our friend Ellis is a really amazing.
We should get together some cool alcohol-free stuff and get him to make some nice stuff for us.
We should. We'll introduce you to Ellis. He's very good. But yeah, I would absolutely love to give Ellis like the full Lyre's range,
and just go
and just be like,
come back to me in 24 hours and give me some cool stuff.
Oh, it would be a great time. But yeah, I'm really into this. They also suggest mixing it with their Lyre's Italian spritz, which is kind of, you would use that to make something akin lol, akin to an Aperol spritz. Shall we?
Do you want to try them?
Let's try. Yeah, we don't have any of that with us, but Chloe has got a bottle of alcohol-free martini, which we think might also work quite well. So we're gonna give that a little go as well.
I'm not very good at this either.
It's because it's not like flipped, so it's confusing.
So can I tell them like where I got this and stuff?
Yeah.
So I got this from Sainsbury's. The alcohol-free selection in Sainsbury's.
In town?
No, it wasn't the one in town. It was one at home.
Yeah.
The alcohol-free section in Sainsbury's is so good, by the way. But yeah, I think it was on offer for £8 for the bottle as well. It's usually 12.
That's really good.
Shall I get my little measurer as well, so it's like a little bit more profesh?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure sort of how much would be a
Maybe
sensible amount.
half a measure each.
Yeah. I'm gonna top us up. Oh gosh.
So I've tried this before. I've had it with tonic, which was really nice. I've had it with soda, which was not as nice. You definitely need orange with soda.
Mm.
And then I had it with no secco as well,
Mm.
and that was a little bit. The no secco I had was like a cheap no secco though, and it wasn't great. Could you just hold my glass while I do this? Because I'm going to spill this everywhere.
on the couch. Greg will come home furious.
I think like half a measure each is enough.
Let's give it a go and we'll see.
I mean, that looks fancy. Look at us.
Look at us.
Ding.
Oh, that smells great. That works so well. It works really well.
So it's super bitter, that.
But there's just a small amount of it that
Yeah,
works
you
really
don't
well.
need a lot.
Because I would usually, some people when they're making an Aperol spritz don't use like a sparkling wine. They'll just use soda water.
No.
And I will always use a sparkling wine.
No, you need, arguably, I would say to do a proper Aperol spritz, you need sparkling soda.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the Aperol.
That really works.
Hang on, that's really good.
Really, really works.
Guys, if you can get your hands on the martini, or better still, the actual Lyre's Italian orange, yeah, that'll do it.
And you could as well, a bigger wine glass, build it with ice and a big chunk of orange in there.
Yeah, 100%. Perfect.
Like, that would be perfect summer drink. I think that's just enough. So maybe for a full glass, use a 25ml measure.
Yeah.
Because it's strong that, but you don't want it to overpower the
because I can still
fruitiness of the sparkling, because it's really nice. It comes through still.
Yeah, you can still taste it.
That's good.
I feel like I just want to take a moment and enjoy this. We've still got so many drinks to get through. Where are we up to? We're halfway, and I think we're like halfway with our time as well.
Pretty much bang on.
It's professional.
It's like we've done this before. I say it like we have done it before. We haven't.
How is everyone getting on with the Lyres? Are we enjoying it?
What's everyone's favourite so far?
That is a good question.
If anyone would like to offer up their opinions.
Oh, crikey! I'm going to need a
sugar high
break.
Yeah.
Not yet. Do you know what? Actually, a lot of these are very low.
Do you know what? It's something that I was when my skin was really, really bad. I was trying to avoid alcohol and as much refined sugar as possible. So alcohol-frees were really tricky because a lot of them are packed with sugar to pack out the flavour to then masquerade the fact that there's no booze in it.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Or like you say with the fermentation, when you fermentate.
Drinks professional.
When you ferment a beer, you're getting rid of the sugar to make the alcohol, so that sugar then sticks around if you don't get rid of it. So
yeah, it's complicated, isn't it?
It's sometimes very tricky to find a low calorie, or not a calorie, low sugar.
Low sugar, yeah.
Oh, what are people saying?
Good choices, Alex. Alex is enjoying the Nunk kombucha and the Chateau del Ish. Andrew from Nunk obviously loves the Nunk and has really enjoyed the Caleño. He says it doesn't taste like it smells. Yeah, I agree, actually. Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like
that.
The smell, you can't exactly smell sweetness, but the smell hinted at something much sweeter than it actually was.
And it was more.
And it was a lot more complex. Yeah. I just like, can we stop? Because this is a holiday drink, isn't it?
I mean, with the sun coming through here, like I do just feel.
I need
the smell of the cucumber.
We need our olives. The olives. I mean, yeah, get the olives. We actually bought ourselves like picnic snacks, and we have. You can't see it because of
we had a
picnic blanket for our picnic tasting. Okay, we're going to move on. Oh, so this was one that I was very excited about because I was in the supermarket the other week. Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, I'm basically on holiday. This will go.
Sorry, guys, olive break. Oh yeah.
That's actually a really good
salt. Shout. Oh, it's like we planned it. We didn't plan anything. So Mockingbird, Spirit are fairly new to the market. I'm saying this, I feel like I've lost all sense of time over the last year, because what has time been?
What is time?
What is time? They're relatively new. And they make an alcohol-free tequila, which is very exciting. And I think a lot of the time, I think often people forget that tequila is not just for shotting. Tequila is for building some of the most delicious cocktails
And
as
also
well.
enjoying slowly. Like I used to, before I stopped drink like binge/hard drinking even before I started moderating.
Yeah.
But I used to really enjoy like sipping a mezcal or a tequila.
Yeah. I
really
went through a
enjoy it.
definite mezcal phase. But yeah, so I think people often forget that like tequila is not just for shotting, and actually if you enjoy good tequila, it's never for shotting.
And there's stories behind it as well.
Yeah, the history, and it's a fascinating beverage. But yeah, so Mockingbird. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Mockingbird make an alcohol-free tequila, and what we've got here, which is very exciting, is the Esmeralda. So this is like a kind of Mexican. I never know if the C is soft or hard. A Mexican cerveza. So cerveza, Mexican beer. So
I have no idea.
I was in the supermarket the other week with Sean, and I was like, I think there was like an end of aisle sale on Desperados, and I was like, do you know what? I would love an alcohol-free Desperados option, because previously when I was like, if I was at a barbecue or something, that was the kind of thing I might take. If you're like nipping to buy your burger buns and grabbing something in the supermarket, that's probably something I would have gone for.
You go for a Desperado or a
You can't say that to craft beer people. They get really upset about it.
I don't know. You go past it. There's a level with craft beer people that's like that have been there, done that, got the t-shirt so much that they just want a crap supermarket beer.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm not going to say it in case people know, but I know some brewers who very much like Aldi own brand beer.
Brilliant.
Very much like it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't, and I think that's part of the problem with the beer industry.
Yes,
The snobbery. Do you have? Is that one free? Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a sort of Mexican style beer. So it's that sort of blend of beer and tequila, and the smell of it, I think, is just perfect. Like, it's very limey.
And say, do you put a lime with it? Like,
you could
stick a lime in the bottle and make yourself really feel like you've got.
Yeah, I would absolutely stick a lime wedge in that if I didn't have to share it with you. I'm into this. I'm very into this. So you have that kind of.
Oh, it's intense going from spirity stuff to beery stuff.
Yeah.
My mouth's like pops.
But so one of the issues that some alcohol-free beers have is that they're too worty. So wort is the liquid that you get when you steep your grain that you're using for your beer, and then you have this hot liquid. It's quite sweet. It's called wort, and it's this sort of malty liquid. Now I feel like with these styles of beers, you want it to be a little bit more kind of. You want that malt sweetness as an undertone.
Is what you get. Because
then you have that lime acidity that kind of cuts through. Can't wait to start doing brewery tours again. They're going to be awful, aren't they? We haven't had to do anything like this in such a long time. I feel like I've lost all the words I would use for flavour.
I've not. So I stopped bartending. I did a little bit of bartending last summer, but I really haven't properly bartended since before the pandemic. So like over a year. I've forgotten what words to describe things.
Yes, I found that.
Words, full stop.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've also not really drank alcoholic beer. I've gone back to occasional spirit every now and then, or occasional wine, like special occasions and stuff, but I won't go back to beer because I get such severe reactions from it. So I've forgotten
beer words.
I've forgotten beer words. I've forgotten what beer is supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
But this is very good.
Yeah, I'm into this. I also really like the texture of it. The carbonation is really nice because it's quite soft,
thin,
but it's like,
that sounds weird, thin carbonation, but it's like
it's not like super gassy. It's very
it's like
fine.
Tiny. Fine. Thank you
Fine
very much.
carbonation. Yeah.
We are. What was I going to say? It's
I really love the so, and then you have got that kind of mezcal-y vibe.
Sounds really silly again, but I like the way that the head sort of sticks around in the glass a little
Yes, you actually get like a little bit of lacing on the glass, which is, yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I like it a lot. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It reminds me of one of the first craft beers I ever tried, which I think was like Snake Dog.
Oh gosh, I've not had that in a very long time.
Like years and years, and like it was the first. And it's like a bitter IPA. And obviously, which this isn't. Is it supposed to be more of a lager or?
Yeah, it's closer towards lager, yeah. But it's got that sort of, yeah, it's a malt forward lager. Yeah, the head on that's wonderful, isn't
it?
Like it's very creamy. Oh,
you could just stick a little bit of lime with that and just be like, oh.
Yeah.
You could even make a bit of a radler out of it if you wanted, and like stick a little bit of lemonade in there and lime and some ice, and really make a little cocktail out of it.
Yeah, that would be good for beer cocktails. Oh,
sorry, my cocktail brain's going all the way.
We're on a journey.
I'm burping.
Me too.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so glad you're here. Shall we have
Do you
a
not
drink?
know this yet? You've known me for nearly 6 years. I have to say pardon me after I burp every single time.
It's very polite.
If I burp like 3 times on the mouth, I'll say pardon me 3 times on the mouth.
I appreciate
it.
It
infuriates Greg.
And that's why she does it. Oh, okay, we're taking a leap. We're going elsewhere. We're moving on. Although there's a little lime bridge.
Do you want me to spill this out and get some
Actually,
ice for
a little rinse.
Ooh.
Thanks,
right,
pal.
This one's yours.
Well, how did everyone get along with the beer? What do we think? I'm a fan.
Is that
I'm
the
into
beer
it.
that we have?
It is, yeah.
Which is quite like. Well, for me personally, it's quite nice because I have a lot of alcohol-free beers. I taste a lot of alcohol-free beers. I don't get to taste a lot of alcohol-free spirits.
This is why I was so excited. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like the alcohol-free beer offering is amazing. There's so much choice. But yeah. Alex says, I was just about to ask how come you're not burping. I'm having a major pardon me situation here.
Yes, Alex!
Also very full. Brilliant, Alex. We're here for it.
I like that we can all be honest with each other here.
Yes.
This is a safe place to burp, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Chloe's just sorting us. She's just rinsing the glasses and getting us some fresh ice. Because this next drink, you should definitely have ice with it. And if you have some fresh mint and some limes kicking around, you should get those involved as well.
Have you got lime? Do you want lime?
Do you have lime?
I have a lime, I think.
Oh, yes. Let's have a bit of lime. Thank you. So we're going to move on to the highball mojito. Oh, I can't figure out this camera situation. Again, we've got that nice gold on the label, which we love. Chloe's going to chop us some lime because I feel like... No, you're good. I feel like you need a bit of garnish. So usually, if you were making yourself a mojito, you would get yourself probably a good 4 lime wedges, chop them up, and then you would muddle them in the glass with a bunch of sugar syrup, and then you would build your drink on that with ice as well. Oh, and mint. So yeah, I would definitely garnish this with lime and mint if you have any. Here's some now.
As if by magic.
As if by magic. So I'm going to stick myself a little lime in the top.
I'm going to go some mint in the bottom.
So when you're building a mojito, chuck a bunch of lime leaves in and let them mint leaves in and let them mix about, but then always go for it. When you're garnishing with mint on top, always get the nice sprig from the top of the plant and then just bob it on top, because again, your garnish is all about your aroma. So just if you're ever using mint on a cocktail at home,
it smells so good.
It smells great, and now because you have mint on it as well, it's like delicious. Oh gosh, this is something I've missed actually. I've not had a mojito in, I actually can't remember.
I think last time I had a mojito, I think when me and Greg went to Lisbon, I had an extortionately expensive mojito.
I hear Lisbon is very pricey.
It's very lovely, very good.
I really want to go.
Amazing food, absolutely incredible food. But yeah, it was like €15 for a mojito.
Ooh, I love this.
Oh, I'm all over that.
The lime is really good because it's not like a lime cordial kind of flavor. Like it's a real kind of fresh lime kind of kick.
Like you wouldn't have you don't need to put lime in that if you don't want to.
No.
Like you don't need it. If you want to drink it if you could only drink it on its own,
yeah,
it would still be delicious.
Yeah, 100%. And I think they've used molasses here, which I think is nice because it gives you that slightly kind of that more depth of sweetness. I think if you're using a really kind of basic sugar syrup, just made from like granulated sugar and water, it adds the sweetness, but it doesn't bring any complexity. Whereas like the sweetness in this has a lot more depth.
It just blends all the way through with all of the flavors. It's not just like bam, this is sweet. It's like it brings in the mint, it brings in the lime.
Exactly, and the mint as well. I find sometimes in drinks, I can pre-mix drinks with mint. The mint can taste very artificial and kind of more like a sort of like a spearmint sweet rather than fresh mint. But again, I feel like all the flavors in it are really fresh and kind of real.
You get a sort of like you said, the molasses with the mint give you that sort of ding of like sweet mint, but then it's just all. I sound like so poncy talking about it. Like, it all just comes together really, really nicely.
It does. Really, it really does. Do you know what, folks?
I could drink a lot of that.
Alex, where's the pool? I can hear the holiday music. Alex, you should be here. Literally. Yeah, no, this is a holiday drink. Do you know what? I think the last time I had a mojito was when I finished MDS and I was sat by the pool wondering.
I remember seeing that picture.
I shared a picture of it. That's the last mojito I drank, which is how many years ago?
3.
This is taking me to actually quite a dark place.
I feel like one of those, like, you know, when it cuts to like a fantasy. It's like,
oh my god, why do our brains work together like this?
Off, I'm just lying.
That transports you to holidays. I love this. Now, so nice. I'm so sorry to be this person, but I actually just really need the loo because I've drank so much. So I'm going to leave you.
Let's see if anyone
has.
Does anyone have any questions for me? I'm not as knowledgeable as Anya when it comes to maybe taste flavourings and things like that. But if there's anything that you would like to ask me, ask away. I really, really like this one. I think it's one of my favourites so far. I feel like I can't even remember what we've drank. We've had so many. That is so nice. It really is just pure holiday. Like, that's just so good. I can't believe that we have so many amazing alcohol-free options now. That is. I'd love to be able to walk into a bar and get that. That's the dream.
I'm back.
I'm just saying, I'd love to be able to walk into a bar and order this.
Oh, wouldn't you? Yeah, it would be great.
Where do you stand on chemicals they add to get the flavours?
I mean, I think it really depends. It's quite difficult when you don't have the alcohol to, like, as a preservative. Things generally do need some stuff adding to keep the drink stable and safe for you to drink. Yeah. So in that respect, I think they're slightly unavoidable. I know, like, quite a few places are sort of always experimenting with different things. And yeah, I think people are gradually sort of trying to find things that are more natural to do that job. Yeah, I think basically as long as it's only what is necessary to keep a drink safe for me to enjoy and stable for longer, I'm all right with it.
I don't have any strong opinions on it. I think that probably similar to Anya that there's at this point, as long as there's not alcohol in it, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, I feel like it's solving one problem.
Yeah, and trying not to create another.
Yeah. What else have you asked there, Alex? So Alex is asking, are there sulfites in the not wines, and is there gluten in the hoppy drinks? So the ish, there are sulfites in here. Let me just check on the Lyres.
Pardon me.
Why have I got that in my head? That's like a Nokia ringtone from the 90s. Sorry. Joe, it doesn't say that there are sulfites, so actually perhaps there are not.
Some people don't. Do they have to say now, or?
I think you do because of allergies. So yeah, I think definitely the ish doesn't have the sulfites. Is there gluten in the hoppy drinks? So this is always a tricky one.
I imagine so.
This is actually gluten free.
Oh, really?
Which is incredible. I'm just trying to find it. I looked them up online earlier. I'm pretty sure I made a list of a couple of things. Yeah, so this is gluten free and vegan. If you're celiac, you will already know this, but basically gluten-free means that there are less than 20 parts per million of gluten. So the gluten comes from the grain that is used in the production. So hops are not necessarily involved in glutinous drinks. It comes from the grain. So yeah, the Nunk kombucha, I'm pretty sure, will be gluten-free. Yes, that's gluten-free because there's no grain used in that. But yeah, the beer I thought would have had gluten, but it doesn't, which is really exciting.
Amazing that it's alcohol-free and gluten-free.
Yeah, because I think for a lot of people, especially
to do one.
Yeah, like especially maybe sort of a year or two ago, you'd have people that are looking for alcohol-free beer who are also celiac or vegan, and like I think, like you said, people are solving one problem, but
and then
it's like, but hang on. But there's more and more brands now that are doing stuff that kind of ticks all those boxes. So the team at Drop Bear Beer, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm getting really burpy now. Pardon me. Gosh. I'm pretty sure all their beers are gluten-free and vegan and alcohol-free, which is amazing. Like to have that, like it's just boxed off.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It's really good. Okay. We're going to move on again. I feel like I'm getting tired. Okay, we're going to move on to, where is it?
Caleño?
Yes.
Do you want to finish that? Do you want to empty your glass out?
I mean, I want to finish it because I'm enjoying it.
Why don't we use the wine glass instead? So I don't think we've used them.
Oh yeah, we haven't used them. Yeah, we can use the wine glasses. Here you go.
Thank you. Glass change.
Oh, right.
Show them.
Oh, sorry. You should do this bit. So we're moving on to the Caleño. So this is like a rum and coke, basically. Do you want to grab the bottle that you have
absolutely.
as well? So Chloe has a bottle of. Is it the rum?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit dusty.
That's kind of like authentic for the drinks part, though, isn't it? I like that. So yeah. Now, am I right in thinking is that
1.2?
Yeah. But by the time you've diluted that, we haven't done the maths on it, but by the time you've diluted that,
I imagine it's below 0.5.
Yeah, we would need to check that, but I'm pretty sure.
For anyone that isn't necessarily not drinking and is moderating or just being mindful, this is excellent, and I would highly, highly recommend it. Just say it.
Just very serious endorsement there.
No,
Chloe.
it is because I think that I love a rum and coke. I really enjoy a rum and coke, and I think dark spirits are so much harder to do alcohol free to really get that flavour that you want. And this is just brilliant. Like if the mix is anything like that,
I'm into the mix. The mix is good.
My wine glass
over there. I didn't even give you any. I just made you go and get something else.
So I've not tasted this yet. So thank you.
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, yeah, it smells like the. Oh, that was the word burp. I'm sorry.
Was it on the inside?
It went inside and then outside. Pardon me. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness, the team tomorrow morning are going to be like, that tasting was just you and your friend burping at each other.
Right, so that is very much like
it's like spiced rum and coke.
Like the mix that I'd make myself.
Mm.
So, but I was having 50 ml measures of this, so double measure, and then like to fill the rest of that glass with Coke. So like a decent mix.
Yeah.
And then with ice and lime as well, so like a proper Cuba Libre kind of.
Yeah. I mean, this is lovely because you've got that kind of, that slight spicy. Did I show them the can? Mm-hmm. Just to be clear as well, guys, sorry if I've confused you. This is 0.5 in the can, but we were just showing you they also do the bottles, which are the higher percentage, but if you're mixing them, you should be able to get it below 0.5. I'm going to double check. I'm going to like do some little experiments on that this week.
It'd be interesting to know. So I basically stopped drinking because I was having reactions to alcohol. And I had no reaction to this when I drank it with Coke.
That's interesting, yeah.
So I was a little bit worried because it was 1.2, but...
Yeah, I guess you've had to have that sort of period of, like, experimenting and finding the things
A lot of experimentation, which is sometimes fun and sometimes not.
Yeah.
What's Alex? Oh, delicious. Now I'm sitting on a plane. Rum and Coke was my favourite plane drink when I was
Alex, we need to get you on the next tasting. This is brilliant commentary.
Yeah, so the spirit is, that's the bottle. Oh, keep turning it the wrong way. Yes, I got this from Sainsbury's as well. So,
and then that is the their new releases in can, which you'll see.
It's if anyone is a Made in Chelsea fan, it's Spencer Matthews from Made in Chelsea.
It is Spencer Matthews. I watched a show with him on it yesterday. I'm just going to segue here, guys. There's a show called This Is My House.
I've seen it.
Oh my goodness,
it's
so funny. 4 people, basically, one of them lives in the house and the other 3 are liars, and they all pretend that they live in the house.
Like, I'm Karen and I live in this house. No, I'm Karen and I live in this house.
And then they just lie for an entire episode. And then Bill Bailey and a bunch of other famous people have to decide.
Wasn't Joe, what's his face? Zoella's brother.
I do not know who that is.
What's his name? Joe Sugg. He was on it, wasn't
he? In the red jumper.
I don't know if he had a red jumper on.
If he's not wearing a red jumper, I don't know who he is. But the reason I segue into this is because Spencer and Vogue were on it. And on a really funny episode. Would recommend. Drink one of these while you watch it. It's very enjoyable telly. Anyway, I'm really into this.
I love it.
It's got that real kind of spice thing. And also, it has got a little bit more viscosity to it than a lot of other things. I think you're right when you say that the dark spirits are really difficult to get right. I think spiced rums tend to be better.
I remember asking you when I first started getting into alcohol-free spirits, I said, what is the best thing to do to replicate a rum? Because I just can't find anything. Can you suggest like using like Caribbean...
the Monin Caribbean syrup.
Yeah, the Monin Caribbean syrup.
It's good. I mean, obviously...
I can't find any anywhere.
I ordered it on... eBay? Is it even real money? I don't know. And that was kind of before. That was before people had really started doing these.
I mean, this must be. I think it was Christmas a couple of years ago, so it might be 2.5 years ago. Yeah,
there wasn't so much. I think there were a couple of people just starting to release dark spirits, and they were generally more whiskey focused. But
whiskey's hard to do as well.
Yeah, it's because I think especially with the dark spirits, they tend to be a higher alcohol percentage. And you get that heat in your throat from it.
Yeah. You rely on that as part of the taste and experience of it.
And I feel like particularly with the spiced rum, you can pull those flavours in from elsewhere. And it kind of, and you don't need the burn on that, I don't think, absolutely. Because it's got the sweet spice to it.
And that replicates that so well.
I also really like that the cola flavour on this isn't like big brand cola. It's like it's like
Panda Pop Cola.
Panda Pop Cola, but in a great way. Yeah, 100%. I'm into this. Sarah, does it taste like rum? Yeah. I think it tastes like rum. Yeah, that to me, like, I mean, I've not had an alcoholic rum and coke in a very long time. But if you gave me this, I would be like, oh, I have a rum and coke in my hand. Like,
smell that.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly like, it makes me think of bartending at my cousin's bar
Sticky bars. It
Yeah,
reminds me of
sticky bars where there's like lime juice everywhere. And when you have like an actual like speed rail.
Yeah.
That's a speed rail for anyone who's not bartended. It doesn't sound as as bad as it sounds. I don't know, speed rail.
Think of Tom Cruise in Cocktail.
Yeah, that's what I was
us.
like. Have you ever tried to flare?
No.
No. I tried once and really hurt myself.
Cal
I
used to do it all the time and it was dead funny. He'd be like,
was he good at it?
no.
Oh. Right, let's move on. We've got 4 drinks left. Okay, that's fine. I accept this. You leave me. Okay. Right. We're gonna move on and we're gonna go with, I think we'll go for the is this the right order? There's basically one of these is such a huge surprise that I kind of want to do that at the end because it just sort of blew my mind a bit when I tasted it. Yeah, I'm going to go here next. So this camera, Thomas Teetotal Aperitif Spritz. So think Aperol with this. I've got too many drinks on the go. I'm going to just neck the old Aperol. I'm just finishing this one so I can fill it with this one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
This
flute, please.
Oh, I like the colour.
The colour on that's fantastic, isn't it? I also really love the can. Again, everything this evening has been great design.
Ooh.
Also, 60 calories, which for something like this is really good because often you find with like
calories up.
Yeah, and often you find with like aperitif stuff that they can, especially like, I mean, I absolutely love these products, but things like Crodino.
Are they the ones that we had at Raleigh?
Oh no, that was a Chinotto.
That was
again.
delicious.
Those ones do tend to be really high in sugar.
I was buzzing.
Yeah,
after that.
because your aperitifs tend to require a lot of botanicals that create a really high bitterness.
You pass the olives, please. I mean, this olives is perfect.
Yeah. Pass me an olive.
Sorry, I'm interrupting your important spiel for olives.
I don't even know I'm chatting anymore. Basically, they require like quite a lot of ingredients that create a high bitterness and tend to be balanced out with quite a lot of sugar. So I'm actually really impressed that this is only 60 calories in a. Oh, the olive's good.
I mean, if this drink isn't made to be drunk with olives, we know what it is.
I don't know what is.
Cheers.
What? Oh, your glassware sounds good.
Thanks. I test the clinks before I buy.
I actually do.
Sad.
I want them to sound expensive. I buy all my glassware from HomeSense. Anyone want to buy good glassware? Go to HomeSense. It's really cheap. Are you happy? Is it good? Oh, it smells great.
I'm happy.
It smells like I've definitely already said candied once, but it smells like candied citrus peel.
It's also then got that like it smells a bit bitter. If that makes sense. Because has bitter really got a smell?
No, but I get what you mean. It smells like you're already perceiving that it's going to have that about it. Alison, can you pass the olives? That makes me laugh so much. Oh, you should
really like this.
Next time we have a club soda festival, you should come to that. That would be a lot of fun. You'd enjoy it.
Yes, please. What noise just came out? Did like Seb and Hannah and Harry
some of the crew
went
came down for it.
I remember just seeing a picture of Harry with the alcohol-free espresso martinis, and I was like, I need to be there.
Yeah, he was really happy. Do you know? So this isn't quite what I was expecting it to be, but that's no bad thing. So it's not just Aperol-y.
No, it's not as thick as I thought it was going to be.
It's
but I like it. It's more refreshing than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's got like if you took a whole orange and you get like the juice, but then you also get the peel. Like it's got that sort of fullness of like all the different elements of the fruit.
It's very like easy peeler.
Yeah, it's definitely like
not
juicy.
a big orange, like a really nice little like. I don't want that to sound bad. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's actually like it's definitely juicier than I thought it was going to be. Is anyone onto this yet?
I love that all these drinks will fit in our picnic basket. Have you showed them? Anya bought these all round in a picnic basket.
In a
picnic basket, which is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh dear. Yeah. So, wait, who's asking? Alex is asking, how is it 0 alcohol when the second and third ingredients are wine and vermouth? So yeah, it will just be that they are either added in such a low quantity that it's not bumping the percentage up, or that the drink is possibly made as a full strength drink and then de-alcoholized in some way. It's 0%, so I would assume that this has been de-alcoholized. Or, as we've already tasted, they may have used a wine that is already alcohol-free. So yeah, I'm really into this.
I really, really like it.
There's something else like on the smell, and it's really bugging me because I can't pinpoint it. I haven't had to like taste in a critical way in a really long time. I feel like there was a point where I was like, oh, my palate's on fire. Like,
do you know what?
Getting all of it.
The olives work so well with. I can't even tell you how well the olives work with this.
I feel like, like
what is it?
We drove to Italy a few years ago. And
so when you went hot air ballooning.
That was a hilarious trip. My friend flies hot air balloons, and we all got in his van and drove to Italy for a competition. Was it even a competition? I can't remember.
I
it was
wasn't
just
there.
A lot of hot air ballooning. And every day we'd go to a different, like, tiny town in the middle of, like, Italian countryside. And, like, you'd sit out on the square and there'd be, like, a nice buffet situation going on. And then you'd have some sort of spritz. And someone would always have olives. And it was like, I'm on holiday.
Sounds idyllic.
It was really good. Really, really good. And actually, so Amaros and like these styles of Italian drinks, as far as I'm aware, originally they were alcohol free.
Really?
Because like all these amazing botanicals and things that you use to make them are already so complex and grown up in flavor. Like I think originally they didn't have alcohol in them.
Wow.
And you can like, I think that's why they're such a good category of drink. Like it works really well.
Because the ones that we had at the Reliance, they were Italian. They're like imported Italian drinks, weren't they?
They were Chinottos.
Chinottos,
they're really good. Spuma Nera as well is really good. And it comes in a really nice bottle. It's got like quite a long neck, and then it's sort of almost looks like an old mead bottle.
Those.
They have them.
It's a very like fancy glass bottle.
I don't know if they have them at Relly, but they have them at Stryyk. We're just talking about places to go in Leeds now.
Sorry.
If anyone's ever in Leeds, let us know. We'll tell you where to go. We should move on to another beverage.
Yes.
I'm going to save the Savills for last because that blew my mind.
Yeah. So we got one.
Oh yeah, we've got one left, and it's Cloudwater and Square Root. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Yeah. Okay.
So that, and then the Savile, and then we're done.
And then we're done. Yeah. Woo! And we're within our time limit. Right. Just gonna drink this. I'm gonna drink it.
She's triple parked.
This is not an appropriate glass for this beverage.
I'm gonna go with wine glass.
That's a much better choice. So I
love the colour of this.
The colour is great. So this is.
You could probably get away with eating olives with this as well.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, defo.
Sorry.
No, you can stop saying sorry. So this is Cloudwater Soda and Square Root. It's a collaboration. So spoiler alert, I actually work for Cloudwater, so I actually...
Yes, fingers and many pies.
And I know something about this product. So basically, we did a collaboration with Square Root a few months ago, which was a pink grapefruit iced tea. We really enjoyed working together, and we said, well, let's do it the other way around. So they produced that first one, and we had sent them a bunch of hops to use. And for this one, we produced it, and they sent us Aronia juice. So Aronia is a really, I always get it confused with ammonia, which is a terrible mistake to make.
Definitely not that.
Aronia is a really good alcohol-free alternative to wine. It kind of provides a lot of those sort of fruity tannins, which you would associate with a red wine. And we wanted to make, at first we were like, oh, let's make a sangria style drink. And then we were like, we'd made a lemonade that we thought was really good. And we were like, Tinto di Verano. So Tinto di Verano, pardon me.
She's burping.
She's burping. God, this is mortifying. Tinto di Verano is, you would drink that in Spain in summer. It's basically like a red wine lemonade kind of situation. We wanted to sort of capture that holiday feeling. So yeah, we made, where is it, this one? We mixed the Aronia juice with, we kind of replicated what we'd done with the lemonade, which was sort of using juice and pulp and pith and kind of getting all those different characters that you can from a lemon to get something quite sort of traditional lemonade-y. And then we've mixed them together to make a very pink drink.
Interesting.
Oh.
That's very interesting.
That's the worst review.
No, I mean, I'm taking all of the words that you've just said. I'm getting a lot of that sort of like pithy fruitiness rather than fruitiness. Like it's subtle.
Yeah. I think even like when you smell it, it's pithy. But pithy's, I like pithy.
Then also that sort of like almost tanniny, red winey kind of jam, but like not intensely. Like it's not.
It is jammy. Jammy's a good word for that. Yeah, I like that. I should say as well, so when we're making soda at Cloudwater, we always use hops. We're actually sort of first and foremost a brewery, and the soda is quite a new thing for us. And what we try to do...
Dirty glasses.
What we try to do is kind of unlock the characters that you would get from hops in a different format. I feel like, Nunk with the kombucha have explored that as well. So hops generally will give you a certain amount of bitterness, and then depending on what you use, they're going to give you different things. I mean, essentially hops function in a very similar way to grapes in that, depending on like the soil and the weather in the area that they're grown, they will produce different characteristics and unlock different flavors for your drink. So we've used Amarillo hops in here, which I think you really get on the finish of it. Andrew is just asking, what style of drinks does Cloudwater normally produce? So Andrew, Cloudwater Brewery has existed for 6 years, and they produce full strength beer. And we started Cloudwater Soda in
2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's 2019, summer 2019. We launched the first ones at the Club Soda Festival. Because our boss at the brewery actually didn't drink at all through his 20s. Paul
Really?
was sober in his 20s.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it? That he owns one of the, like a pretty cool brewery.
Breweries in the UK.
Yeah, but yeah, had like a 10-year sober stint.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was sort of down to kind of insecurity and anxieties and stuff, and just wanting to kind of really focus on dealing with all that without substances being in the way. But yeah, so
that's really cool actually.
Yeah, it is cool. It's nice because I feel like I get to, with something that I'm enjoying
the level with someone.
And something I'm enjoying about work at the moment is that I feel like I'm getting to talk a lot more about being careful with alcohol in the booze industry, and my colleagues actually listen to me. Yeah. Which is really nice. So yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't really want to be like, oh, it's amazing, but I like this beverage.
No, I like it a lot, and I think it's important to say as well, even though it's got a really fun colour to it, it's definitely an adult drink.
Yeah, I
like
think
it's not a pop.
It definitely looks like cherry. I mean, to be fair, we said earlier about
a little bit of cherryade. I'm not going to lie.
We said earlier about the gummy bears, the green gummy bears. This gives me the tiniest hint of Haribo cherries, and I'm okay with that.
I'm getting like a panda pop cherryade on the nose.
Yeah.
Those words that I didn't think I'd put together in a sentence.
I really enjoy that our whole thing has been like
childhood sweets.
Sweets and Panda Pops.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I'm all right with it. We have one drink left, and this blew my tiny mind. Like, actually blew my mind. I'm going to use...
Do you want me to use that? Are you going to finish that?
I want to. Can I have...
Do you want me to get a fresh one? I've got fresh ones.
Yeah. I'll have a freshie. Okay, work for...
some ice as well, Anya?
Yeah. Go on then. Let's do it properly.
I've got 5 minutes.
Andrew says it's like an adult cordial drink, not sweet though. Yeah, so we sorry, just burping again. We we do aim to actually keep the acidity relatively high on the sodas, but I feel like the hop character kind of masks that quite a bit. It was really important to us that the drinks weren't sweet and that they were low calorie. We wanted them to be something that you can kind of enjoy any time of day. I think we were sort of thinking, I guess we came at it from a health perspective because so many of us working in the booze industry observe that, often drink is kind of accessible all the time. So we were sort of wanting to, provided a good alternative to that and keep it fairly low calorie and avoid any added sugar or anything like that. So that was sort of, I think we were basically creating something to serve our own needs. Right, so we're going to move on to the Savills
so
whiskey sour.
This
blew my mind, honestly. Like, I'm so excited by it.
It's probably one of my favourite cocktails.
Same.
Alcoholic cocktails.
Yeah.
Whiskey sour.
I tend to go for whiskey-based cocktails, but yeah, a whiskey sour.
Oh my god!
So smell this.
Oh my god!
Have you tasted this one yet?
No, I didn't taste it before.
Oh, because I said I wanted your reaction. Oh, you've used my heart ice cube, so see.
Easiest ones to get out. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, go in.
I can't
go
get over
for
the
it.
smell of that.
It's wild, isn't it?
Wow.
I feel like that's blowing my mind.
Again, can you please just double check there's no alcohol? Like this,
There isn't.
That's just absolutely mind-boggling that that's not got whiskey in it.
It's got that like really gentle kind of peaty, smoky character on the end of it. It's got that lovely like kind of bright lemon. It's really well balanced. I'd say the only thing is like body with a whiskey sour. If I was like, I would only generally order a whiskey sour if I was in like a very good cocktail bar, like Ellis's.
Yeah, you want it thicker, you want the whole.
And he's going to egg white it. And yeah.
But for a booze-free alternative, that is
flavour-wise.
insane.
And hasn't it got that little heat afterwards? If
Literally,
you wait,
it's got a bit of a tickle down your
just
throat.
hit.
I thought it was the jalapeno, but it's not. It's
this. So like a few brands are starting to use. I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but it's something that's found in. I don't think it's the seeds of chilies. I think it's like the white fleshy bit that the seeds attach to. I can't remember what the word is, but a few brands, for the whiskey burn, have started experimenting with using that, and it's a different kind of heat. But I feel like it's got that sort of placebo
it has that
effect.
good replication of what percentage alcohol would do.
Yeah, this blows my mind.
Even the smell of it is just like, that's
it's mad, isn't it?
Good.
What do you guys think? I feel like
it's interesting because it's fizzy.
Yeah, it has got that little sort of effervescence.
Not fizzy, but like it's got that
a little sparkle to it,
which might be what is aiding that sort of tickliness down your throat, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Because normally whiskey sours are a flat drink.
Yeah, I mean, like if you were out somewhere really nice, like if you were having like a really swag tasting menu or something, and at the end you might finish with a cocktail or something. Like if someone gave me this, I would be so happy. I'd be absolutely delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. I'm just trolling myself. Oh,
that's insane,
isn't it? I'm really into it.
I can't get over that.
I've loved all of these. I'm like,
everything has had its own like plus point for me.
Yeah.
Like and like all really different as well. There's not been anything that's been like, oh, that's a bit similar to that. Like,
such a variety, isn't it? Has anyone had any favourites? Has anyone opened this yet? Let us know what you think. We're supposed to wrap up in 1 minute. I don't know if the broadcast will just end. We just babbled on.
If it does, thank you, bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that we finished on this as well, because I feel like that I would sit and nurse this and just...
Yeah, I think it's important as well that you've got something that you don't just want to neck.
Yeah. You pace your way through it.
Like,
it's a sipping drink, isn't it? Which is exactly what a whiskey sour should be.
I'm in a reading nook.
Yeah. You have a smoking jacket on. There's a wingback armchair.
I have a cigar. I don't smoke cigars, but I have a cigar. There's a billiards table.
Like
old man friends
booky wallpaper. Alex says, it's very convincing. This whole evening has been a revelation. Why do pubs not stock these? I don't know. I think there's definitely a lot of venues that are starting to do a lot better on this. If you check out our website, Alex, we do kind of quite a lot of content around drinks. Sarah's saving them. That's absolutely fair, Sarah. I was like, I kind of didn't want to open them all because I wanted to enjoy them properly throughout the week. But I think we'll probably sit here for an hour now and go back through things. Yeah, I think more and more places are starting to stock good stuff. And if you find somewhere brilliant,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Honestly, like, my email address is Anja, ANJA, at joinclubsoda.co.uk. If you find something great, like if you find a drink that you love or a place that you think does really well for non-drinking customers, drop me an email because I always want to hear about it. If you head over to Wise Bartender, they stock all these things and so much more. Loads of stuff. And I think as well, Tom is always really open to hearing about new things as well. So if you discover something and you can't find it on the Wise Bartender website, let Tom know, because I think he's always interested to hear what people are looking for. Just to let you know as well, that we're going to be doing these more regularly. So we're going to be doing, again, via Wise Bartender. Club Soda have partnered up with Wise Bartender. So each month we'll be doing 2 tastings. So one of them, unless I get fired for how much burping we've done tonight, one of them will be with me. Maybe Chloe will join us again, and that'll be a discovery box. So it will be, it's going to change every month. Here's Wise Bartender now in the comments.
Hello.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, more tastings. We're going to be doing a discovery box each month. So we'll be trying just a whole variety of products that are new to the market. And then there's also going to be a really fantastic wine box, which is going to be in collaboration with Christine, who's a really fantastic wine expert. Wine expert.
All over that.
Yeah. I know, it's exciting, isn't it? So Christine will be doing that as well. So yeah, sort of keep your eyes on Wise Bartender and on us, and come and join us again. I hope that this has been fun and we haven't just bamboozled you with words and burps.
Words and burps, Anja and Chloe. There you go.
We need we need a logo.
Should we make a TV show? Should we do a podcast? God, could you imagine? We'd never get anything done.
No. Right, well, I'm going to bring things to a close there. But thank you all for joining us.
Yeah,
thank you for sticking around for an hour and a half. I enjoy your commitment to finding delicious alcohol-free drinks. And thank you, Tom, for curating such an amazing selection and trusting us to host this. Oh, lol. Right, we're gonna go. But yes, it's been absolutely delightful. Take care, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. Bye.